from our technical guy, Ryan Good, so hopefully we're okay for the remainder of this game as a big run by Denham. Well, for a 2nd and 4 coming up. I don't know.
All right, give him a score update.
3:09 to go, 14-7, Westfield up. Handoff, Roman Lowry, left side, looks to cut up field. He maybe gets a yard or two. He'll be close to the first down. I think he's going to be an inch or two short.
And the Rams ran that play earlier this game, got decent yards off it, about 15, trying to run it again, but the Westfield Bulldogs able to see what they're doing and make the stop.
Well, I think Roman saw something he didn't like because he cut it upfield quickly. He was almost looking like a startled little rabbit running outfield, but he found it. He got close to the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Here's Miller. Takes a snap. Handoff. Lowry puts a shoulder down. He has a first down. Good run by Roman Lowry. Hey, he only needs 1 or 2, and guess what? He got it. First down, Roman Lowry.
I'll tell you one thing about that play call right there, and that was one thing right there that you will always see. Usually with Jack Roulette in there with the big-bodied quarterback, you'll usually see the quarterback sneak, but obviously down to their 2nd-string quarterback, Alex Miller, they do not want to see him possibly get injured. So they're playing it safe, giving it to big old steamrolling Roman Lowry.
First down for the Rams at the 40. The running game is on point tonight. 2:12, first quarter, 14-7, Westfield. 2 tight ends out to the right. Miller, snap, handoff. Marcus Denham right side looking for some opening. He's not going to find it. He's going to lose a yard. That's a good play by Westfield's defense, playing aggressive, and they stop the bread and butter play, the stretch play out to the right for Denham.
That's, like you said, that's their bread and butter right there. I mean, they love running that play. You'll see it at least 4 or 5 times a drive for this Rams offense. They absolutely love running the ball, especially to Marcus Denham with that breakaway speed. Look for that to be a big factor in this game going forward.
Here's Miller. The handoff. He fakes it. He's going to look for the pass. First pass attempt for Miller. Rolling out to the left. Throwing downfield over Aiden Rockwood. He had Aiden Rockwood just a little too much mustard on the pass. Hey, that's good. That's almost one of those things like get that off your shoulder. You got your first pass attempt. It didn't work, but just forget about it. Get another one in there.
And if you got to think, hey, the pass wasn't completed, but it wasn't an interception, not all that bad. And now he's got the jitters out, and he's ready to come back in this game and maybe throw for some completions.
Yeah, going off what Ryan's saying, I mean, there was actually a defensive linebacker, starting to cut off the passing lane. So I think that one, I'm not trying to just cover for him, but that might have been a throwaway from Alex. But like he said, get away the jitters.
The 3rd and 11, they hand off to Foncha up the middle. He'll get 2, but definitely not enough for the first down. It's going to be a 4th down and 10. Aiden Rockwood take the field.
Big, huge stop for the Bulldogs defense. As I said earlier, this is going to be a shootout, and it's going to depend on the winner of this game is going to have their defense show up first, or it depends on whose defense is going to show up. And Westfield is showing up right now. I mean, if they've stopped the Rams, and now if the Westfield scores again on this drive, they're going to be down by 2 touchdowns, and they're going to have a lot of catching up to do.
Here's Aiden Rockwood. Takes a snap. There's a good snap. Boots it away, and it's a good punt. It's going to be taken by Horn. He fumbles it, gets it back up, and he's tackled immediately. That fumble negated any opportunity to run it back. And that's 25, maybe the 27-yard line is where Scoville and the Bulldogs will take over. Well, Shaun, the Bulldogs just got to stop. You got to think the Rams have to do the exact same thing.
Exact same thing. Like I said, for my defensive key of the game, they have to make sure that they stop this pass-happy offense of the Bulldogs. DeMarcus Birdsong, Marcus Denham, Navaris Grant's back in on the corner. Look for them to try to step it up and get a stop.
Here's a snap. Scoville keeps himself throwing down the middle of the field, wide open, caught at the 45-yard line. Now to the other 45-yard line and taken down. Big chunk of yardage for the Bulldogs. I believe a timeout has been taken by the Rams. No, I saw the call there. It's going to be a 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Scoville, another excellent pass. So they've been just eating it up on those outside runs.
Wide open to the tight end, and again going into the flat, and nobody's reading him on in the secondary. The Rams, they needed to step it up.
Handoff. Here's Gray trying to bounce it out to the right side. He was trying to stay patient there, just going to have enough time. Is taken down to the line of scrimmage. Good job that time by the Rams. Just shuffle over and stop Gray.
Another big thing that you'll notice is Westfield, they tried the run. I mean, there was that huge run by Gray earlier. But also, you look, they're going to keep going to the pass because it's working. So, like I said, the pass defense of the Rams has definitely got to improve for them to come back in this game.
At the end of the first quarter, your score, the Westfield Bulldogs 14, Robinson Rams 7, with the Westfield Bulldogs a 2nd and 10 at the Robinson 45-yard line. First quarter, both teams come out. Opening drives, they score quickly, and the Westfield comes out again on the second drive, scores. Robinson stopped on their second. Westfield's currently on their third. Rams looking to get a stop. Two by one here on a 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Scoville. Hand off to Gray, left side. Eric Siegel misses a tackle. He cuts it upfield. He'll be close to the first down. Not really sure at my angle. Might be an yard short. Eric Siegel with the opportunity to take him, but he couldn't, as the Westfield Bulldog player is slow to get up as a lineman. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Donnie Warder credited with the tackle. 11:40 to go in the second quarter. First half.
And you got to think, Shaun, this is a big stop for the defense. If they can hold them here, give up the punt, because I don't think their field goal.
No, they're out of field goal range. Yeah.
So this is a huge stop. And we'll see if they'll pull through.
Definitely.
I formation. Got to think run here to Gray. Either which side.
Look for the herd.
A snap. Handoff. Gray out the middle. He is stopped in the backfield. Yayin Israel coming off the edge, knocking him down. It'll be 4th down. What an absolute play by Yayin, and the flag is down.
Good job by Yayin Izzy Israel getting in the backfield there as there was a Westfield player down.
You know, it's a penalty on Westfield. Westfield player is down. Big stop by the Rams. The herd. It'll be 4th down, depending on. It is a decline penalty. It's going to be 4th down. That's a huge stop for the Rams. Excellent play by Yain Israel.
The D-line ready for what was coming. Gray, big kid, big running back, trying to run right down the middle, but not happening. Not with those. Not with that herd standing in his way, Jack.
There it is, Ryan. Got to think punt coming up for Westfield.
According to my inside man here, Ryan Good, we're looking at possible 4-down territory.
Wow. Well, they're getting a whole other team out here. I'm going to have to disagree with our inside man. I think we're going to get a punt.
Hey, you never know. I mean, look, the quarterback is the punter. We've seen this before.
We have seen this, and the Rams are playing it just like that. The Rams are playing it like it's nothing. It's going to be a pass attempt. Pass attempt. He might keep it on his own. Looking for that goal line. Nick Roth with a tackle. He might be short. We're not sure here at this angle. Nick Roth came out of nowhere and makes the tackle. Great play by senior Nick Roth, stepping up, making the tackle behind the 1st down marker. 1st down and 10, Rams.
Don't you ever question my man Ryan Good. He is our inside guy that will provide us with accurate information all the time. Thank you, Mr. Good, for giving us that insight. See, he knew that was going to happen. Psychic.
Here's Miller, 1st down and 10. Rams get a stop and now have the ball back. Roman Lowry up the middle and cut down immediately.
He's 100% accurate most of the time. Ryan Good. But yeah, like Ryan said, huge stop for the defense there for the Rams. If they can come back and score on this drive, this is a brand new ball game. I mean, it's still a close one now, but man, that's definitely a momentum killer if they can get this touchdown.
2nd and 9, 10:05 and counting, 14-7. Westfield, Alex Miller under center. Takes a snap. Handoff, Denham. No, it's a run up play up the middle. I think it was that reverse play to Lowry. I just missed it on this angle. And Lowry is cut down. Don't get much, maybe a yard. That was one that should have been kept to Denham. They had no one was following Denham on that play. It will be 3rd and 8 for the Rams.
Another 3rd and long for the Rams. Last time they weren't able to get the first. We'll see if they can pull through here.
Look for possibly another pass attempt that they'll give Miller another shot.
Handoff, Denham, right side. Looks to cut it in. Flag is down. Denham still chugging close to the 45-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down. We'll see where the flag is. They're holding the chain. They're holding the box. They're talking about it. It's definitely hold it territory. Shot block on the Rams. They're either going to take it or decline it. I'm not sure here. I would be surprised if they didn't take it, because the Rams are prone to go for it on a 4th down. All indication is that they're going to take it and they're going to back up the Rams. And in this situation, I wouldn't be surprised if it be a big passing situation.
Well, they're bringing Shaun back into the game, and I'll tell you what, you might see like a play action pass here. I mean, they've obviously ran it well before. They always run it well with this Robinson offense. But when you're looking at a 3rd down and over 20, I mean, it's got to be passing territory unless you have something up your sleeve that even we don't know about. You expect Miller to have another shot at passing the ball.
9-12. 3rd and 24. Snap. Handoff up the middle, and he is going for absolutely nothing. That is Roman Lowry on the carry. It'll be 4th down and 24.
I don't know if I agree with that call, being deep in your own territory. I mean, then that doesn't give Aiden Rockwood the best chance for a punt. It's not very punter-friendly there. I mean, he's going to try to get this obviously over the 50-yard line and pin him back in their own territory, but I would have liked to see a pass there.
Aiden Rockwood out there to punt for the Rams. Rockwood boots it away. Gets a good spiral over the 50 as we take it to the 45-yard line. Looks to cut upfield. Nick Roth there to stop him at the 47-yard line. That is where Scoville and the Bulldogs will take it. And so far we've had a couple of defensive stops back-to-back for both teams. See what Scoville can do.
And Gray, who appeared to take his time getting off the field on the last play, maybe banged up a little bit, is not on the field currently.
That's a big chance there. Handoff up the middle. They're still trying to run with it across the 50-yard line, then taken down by the herd. There's no love lost there on that play. 3 yards on the run, that'll be it.
Marcus Gray went down earlier with an injury, so number 13, the backup running back, is in, and that might take away the running offense here for the Bulldogs. However, that's kind of like looking at what Jack Roulette for the Rams. It's not taking away their biggest part, because the Rams are on a big passing team. The quarterback's not in. Bulldogs are on a big running team. Their running back's out, so it's still an even ball game.
Scoville looking for the pass. A little float around to the outside. Has a man wide open, and it is caught along the sideline, looking for the end zone. Stiff arms, tackled down by his horse collar, and there's a flag. Big chunky yards, over 50 yards, down to the 1. And that horse collar isn't going to help either. Big chunky yards for Scoville.
Yeah, Navaris Grant wasn't sure who to cover there. He made a cut inside, and it was just a kind of almost like a wheel route there for the wide receiver, and he just was wide open and just walked down the sideline. And you know what? Even though it was a horse collar tackle, I I'm happy that Navarez Grant brought him down because being inside of the 5, it's not going to be a 15-yard penalty anyway. It's only going to be down to half distance to the goal, and it just prevents a touchdown anyway. So, still, good effort there by Navarez Grant to chase him down.
Chance to play some goal line defense. They're on the 7-yard line, according to the score clock. I disagree with that. It's going to be around 2-yard line. First and goal, the 1. That's a little mess up by me there. First and goal at the 1 for Westfield. They split out 2 receivers to the left side. In the I formation. Scoville in their center. Takes a snap. Handoff looking for the right side. And he's stopped in the backfield. I believe that's Donnie Warder getting the first attempt, and Marcus Denham in there as well. Good play by the Rams D.
Good job there by Donnie Warder, another one of these young guys here on this Robinson Rams team starting this year. Doing a lot of good things for the team this year. Definitely has a bright future here at Robinson.
Timeout on the field. I'm not sure what it is. No coaches are on. Maybe just a personnel as Ryan Durant checks in. 2nd and 3, ball on the 3, 6:49 and counting. Westfield up 14-7, but looking to knock it in at the 3-yard line. One by one formation. Everyone's all tight with a I formation. Snap. Handoff. Up the middle. No keeper by Scoville. Under some pressure. Rolling out. He is sacked. Unbelievable play by the Rams D. That is Ryan Durant checking into this game, making such an unbelievable difference, getting the sack, backing up the Westfield Bulldogs to pass the 10-yard line. Unbelievable play by the junior.
And I'd almost give that sack to the secondary, holding strong, not a single man open in that end zone. Scoville had to hold the ball and held it a little too long, got the sack.
3rd down and 11. That's 3rd and goal from the 11, I should say, with 5:53 and counting.
Great stop there by Ryan Durant, getting his opportunity and making the most of it.
2-by-2 formation. Shotgun formation for first time seen tonight. Scoville takes the snap, looking for the pass, under pressure, breaks down, rolling out to the left. Donnie Warder after him, gets the pressure, throwing out to the end zone, out of bounds. Great job by the Rams team. Great job, Donnie Warder, to disrupt that pass. They had no chance. Excellent play by the underclassman, Donnie Warder. The Rams get the stop.
With 1 yard to go in the end zone, the Rams hold strong and just push them all the way back out to the 11. From the 1 to the 11, loss of 10 on those final 3 plays.
Fantastic there by not only the defensive line, the outside linebackers with Ryan Durant pulling out there at the linebacker blitz. Also, obviously you saw there with the herd. I mean, defensive line is going great so far this game. Donnie Warder's making a lot of big plays.
Field goal attempt, the snap, the whole kick is up. It is good. Westfield's up 17-7, but you got to take that as your own moral victory. You had they had a 1st and goal at the 1. The Rams defense regrouped, had excellent plays, backed them up on every single one of those. They get the 4th down at the 11-yard line. They only give up 3 from the 1. That's impressive defense.
And hey, Westfield got the 3, but what Robinson got was the momentum. They had a huge hold at the goal line, and they're going to take that into their next drive, and I think into the rest of this game.
5:31, 17-7, Rams down by 10. They're going to need to punch it in here at some point. You got to think with this running-based team, this might be the last drive of the half. It is Denham and Birdsong. They have to take it for the Rams. It's the boot. Long kick. Looking for Birdsong. It's going to go out of the end zone. This is an impressive kicker here.
And, Shaun, you have to think if the Rams are able to get into the end zone on this drive, they're going to get the ball in the start of the second half, you got to think this is going to be a game changer. This drive has the possibility of turning this game around.
Definitely. I mean, this has the chance to be a turning point in the game going forward. Look for the Rams to definitely try to drive down the field. I mean, they have plenty of time with 5 minutes and 31 seconds left to go in this first half. Look for them to drive down the field, make a few quick plays. Look for Miller to provide the offensive general that they need.
Here's a snap. Miller, hand off to Denham. He breaks free, up over the 30-yard line. As it stands, he has first down. A flag is down. That didn't really come in the backfield. It came from the back judge facing Robinson.
And that flag thrown high in the air, Jack.
Yeah, recruit that quarterback. Or recruit that referee as quarterback. I believe they waved off the call. It'll be first down for the Rams, so you got to take that victory. 5:26, 17-7, ball on the 30. Navarre's Grant checking in, so that's an obvious situation for a pass.
And you have to think they might want to start off Miller with a screen pass or some short pass just to get his first completion in this game, get his confidence up.
I agree. Alex Miller under center. They offset. He takes a snap. Look to hand off to Denham up the middle. He's not going to get much, if anything. Second down, and I think it's going to be 10. I don't think he got a yard on that play. Grant checks out, and that's Rockwood checking in. And a timeout taken as we have a hurt Ram.
That is Lars Stevenson down for the Rams.
Alex Miller on a 2nd and 8. They did give him 2. Miller takes a snap. Handoff, Lowry, left side. Looks to cut upfield. Puts a shoulder down. He maybe got 3 on the play. And Coach Richter is fired up on the field. Not in a good way, I don't think.
No.
It's going to be 3rd down and 6. So gain of 2. As Grant checks back in. So that's an obvious alert. Alex Miller. As Grant's checked out to the right side as a receiver. Miller takes a snap, looking for the pass. Quick out to Grant. It's caught over the 45-yard line. Excellent pitch and catch. Miller looking strong in the pocket. A flag is down.
Another good throw there by Alex Miller. Good job.
And there you go. There's that confidence. And that wasn't necessarily, that was not an easy pass. Those quick ins. And that's a great confidence pass for Miller. He gets a great first down, and looming in this penalty, he gets a great first down pitch and catch on a tough pass.
And they say the hardest completion is that first one. He's got the first out of his way, and his first start as a varsity player in arguably, as we've said multiple times tonight, the biggest game of the season. And you got to think that's really got to bolster his confidence, bolster the coach's confidence in Miller.
Well, I'm going to give you both a little throwback here. 2 years ago, coming in about this time of the year against Lake Braddock, a little guy named Jack Roulette came in his sophomore season and was handing the reins of the varsity quarterback starter, and look what's happened since then.
I definitely would not say that the same thing is going to happen here with Alex Miller getting the reins, but you know what? He will definitely take the reins coming next year, it being his junior year, and he's going to take control of this Rams team for the next few years. This is going to be Jack Roulette's last year, obviously, being a senior. So this is good experience for him. Friday Night Lights, a lot of pressure on him. I'm very impressed with how the sophomore is keeping his poise and taking this game down the level.
There's a pass interference call. Miller hands it off to Fancha. He's chugging away at it. He doesn't get a yard, though. Maybe gets a yard. Maybe gets a yard. Shaun Fancha chugging away at it. And another thing with that big reception, I know it's just one low reception, but that's still huge. That really shows your team, hey, guess what? I can do this here. That's just such a huge confidence builder for him.
And it gives the coaches confidence in him to call another play which involves a pass in the future here tonight.
2nd down and 8. They gave him 2 with 3:09 accounting. Miller, handoff, Denham. Puts a shoulder down. Flag is down again. He got about 4 on that play. It's a good play by Denham. Not sure what the flag is. I don't know.
I will agree with Ryan. I mean, this back judge is definitely one of the best throwers I've seen of the tissues this year. He's throwing about 20 yards every time. One thing though that it's got to be somewhere around the holding range because the umpire, pardon me, is placed there for that specific reason so they can actually see that offensive lineman and defensive lineman movement from a better angle. That's why they put him back there. So I would expect it to be one of those 2 calls on either the offensive line or the defensive line of the Bulldogs.
They're talking to the Westfield captains and Denham, but I believe it's going to be a penalty on Robinson. And Vossler is upset. And the Rams back up. We got things to hold. It's a chop block again. It'll be 2nd and about 18. Oh, give it about 2nd and plus 20 actually. And Alex Miller to take the field again. And Scott Vossler is still upset. Here's Miller. Takes a snap. Handoff, Denham. Cuts it off field and is stopped in the backfield. Good play by the defensive line of Westfield. Knocking down Marcus Denham and a timeout taken by Robinson.
And Westfield seeing the run.
Scratch that. Timeout by Westfield.
Westfield seeing the run all the way, not really expecting anything else, and they get the big stop there.
.240. Rams down 17-7. They're driving here, but it's a 3rd and 24 from the 35-yard line in the 2nd quarter.
And you've got to think, Shaun, 24 yards to go. Are we going to see a pass here?
Honestly, I have no clue because they've run 2 draw plays on 3rd down and longs earlier in the game. They might go the same way again, however, with a little bit more stakes and a little bit more on the line. Look for Alex to possibly get a chance.
Looking for the pass. Here's Alex Miller. Blown one. Looking for Grant along the sideline. Grant goes up. It's caught. Is he out of bounds? Yes. He catches the ball out of bounds there. Good catch by Grant. And he is out of bounds.
There was a little bit of a problem, I think on Navarro's Grant's part. There was a problem in reading the lines on the field. There was actually 2 white lines right next to each other. One of them is out of bounds, and the other one is the actual inbounds line. And I think he might have been running down the wrong line, and that might have been one of the reasons that he was called out of bounds. Very confusing. I don't blame him whatsoever. But you know what? Great pass, though, there by Alex Miller. Absolute dime of a throw. Dropped it right in the breadbasket and gave Navarro's Grant every opportunity that he needed to get that.
Rockwood's punt. A high boomer up over the 30 and out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. That's where they're going to give it about in the 33-yard line.
And going back to that pass, absolute beauty, my apologies, as you were saying, Shaun, thrown right where it needed to be. And it appears, yeah, as you were saying, Navarro's just confused on the lines of which line was the out of bounds.
Tough one to go there. The Rams had good momentum, just killed by a penalty. And now Westfield has a chance to do their own little clock management drive.
I'll tell you one thing, though, right now, is that the Rams defense has to step it up and get another drop or get another stop here. I mean, if Westfield scores again before the end of this half, that's going to be a huge momentum killer for the Rams.
Here's a snap. Scoville keeps it himself, chugging way up his field. He is knocked down heavily by Nick Roth, the senior. It's about 4.
He got stood up there by Nick Roth. A fantastic hit.
Clock's still ticking. 2:08 and counting. 17-7. Westfield up. 2nd and 7 at 36-yard line. A lot of numbers there. And now under 2. Two-by-one formation and a shotgun here for the Westfield Bulldogs. Scoville takes a snap, looking for the pass. Under some pressure, steps up in the pocket and taken down. He is taken down by the senior, Patrick Robinson. He loses about a yard as he steps up in the pocket. Give him 3rd down and 7. Good play by the defensive line.
The defensive line doing well to get to the quarterback. He did not have time to make the pass, and they got the sack there.
3-by-1 this time with a tight end to the right and 3 receivers out. Scoville under center. Takes a snap. Handoff. Out the middle. Still chugging for it. Looking for the first down. I think he has it. And he has a first down with 1:03. Clock stopped. First down at 10. Over the 40-yard line to the 44.
Good run there by the Westfield Bulldogs.
In a no-huddle situation with 3-by-1. Scoville in the shotgun. Clock's counting. 1 minute to go. Scoville takes a snap. Steps up in the pocket. Still looking. Doesn't have anyone going. And taken down. Yayin Israel steps up. And there's another coverage sack by the Rams. Scoville had nowhere to go. And he stayed clean in the pocket. When he tried to step up, Yayin Israel took him down.
Great second effort, I should say, as the timeout is taken by Westfield with 50 seconds remaining in this first half. Great second effort there by Yayin Israel. Stayed on. He had a block. Tried to go on the outside from the defensive end position. The tackle was able to keep him contained outside and allow the quarterback to step up in the pocket. But once Yayin shredded the block, he could have just given up on the play. But no, he decided to keep on going, and he went right towards the quarterback and almost stripped the ball as well. Great effort there by Yayin Israel.
And Scoville taking a lot of hits thus far tonight. We'll see how that affects him in his play as this game progresses.
Second and 11, 43-yard line with 50 seconds to go in the second quarter. Another 3-by-1 formation. Scoville under center.
Look for more pressure there from the herd.
Takes a snap. Look for a quick pass. Under some pressure, floats it up. It is caught by number 10 and out of bounds. Good pitching catch. Number 10 was wide open and knocks it down.
I told you, Kodiak was actually going to be Scanlon was going to be a huge part of this game. Number 10, the wide receiver for the Bulldogs. Him and Scoville, they have a pretty good connection going on here. He's had a majority of the catches here tonight, and he's a big guy too. I mean, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough matchup here for DeMarcus Birdsong.
1st and 10, up over the 50 to the 35. 45 seconds to go. 2-by-1, Schofield. Looks for the pass. Floats right side, looking for the end zone. It is caught by Scallion. He bobbles it, keeps possession. A flag is down. Another impressive catch by Scallion.
The amount of height that he got on that catch was absolutely ridiculous and just showed his athleticism. But I believe this one's coming back, given in the vicinity that it was thrown, that the flag was thrown. We have to remember this referee can throw the flag about 25 yards, so we have no idea where he was currently when he threw it.
It could have been holding. It could have been someone back in the opposite end zone. We don't know.
Yeah, we really don't know. This guy is an athlete right here.
And it's a holding on Robinson, they're calling it.
And when you think about Scanlon, this kid, he's 6'6", one of the tallest kids out there. This quarterback, Schofield, just has to float him the ball, and as long as it's above the defender, Scanlon, my apologies, has a good chance of making the catch just based off height alone.
Well, but I'll tell you one thing, though. DeMarcus Birdsong has a great hop. He has amazing hops, I should say. And he will take on any receiver that you line up against him. 6'6", 7'6", whatever you want to put up against him. DeMarcus Birdsong's got him covered.
Goal line, and they're punching it in. Scoville takes it himself, floats into the end zone. It'll be a touchdown for the Bulldogs. 23-7, 26-7. They punch it downfield. They get the stop for the Rams. Scoville takes it at the 30, and they march downfield. A couple separate nice passes, finding Scallion. Swinging door, extra point, elected not to be taken. Now the original extra point taken. The snap, the hole, kick is up, and it is good. 24-7. The Westfield Bulldogs are up here on Friday night at home with 26 seconds to go. And that is the amount of time the Rams will have to try and knock it away or just eat the clock and go into the locker room.
You know what? I honestly don't know, but I'll say this. They have all 3 timeouts with 26 seconds left to go. Miracles can happen. And all Alex Miller and company has to really do is get close to the 30-yard line and get within Aiden Rockwood field goal range, because they're really only up by 17 points, and it looks like a lot more. But honestly, you take a field goal back, and now you're only down by 2 touchdowns. That still doesn't sound great. It's not, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot better than being down 17 points. I mean, heck, Centerville, the #1 team last year, lost by 1 point, so every point counts in this game.
And hey, Shaun, I take a 2-possession game over a 3-possession game any day of the week. I'd rather take the 14 points versus the 17, because all you need is 2 touchdowns versus the 3.
Yeah, definitely.
26 seconds. We'll see what they can do on this return. This has large potential to bring it out. Here's a kick. It's going to be short, so Birdsong will have a chance to take it. He does. Here's Birdsong looking up to the right side over the sideline. Shows his shoulder down and is knocked out of bounds there. And he is still fighting for it. He is knocked down out of bounds. No flag.
That was surprising. DeMarcus Birdsong actually took that ball out of Marcus Denham's lane. I think Marcus Denham was expecting to catch that kickoff, and DeMarcus Birdsong just walked right in front of it. But you know what? Good return there by Birdsong.
Pretty pristine. Yeah, I know. 31-yard line. They're just going to need this one here, taking it into halftime. Miller the snap, and he takes it down. The clock will wind down to 0. The Rams will end this half down 24-7. Both teams came out of firing the first drive, and ever since Robinson scored, it's been all Westfield knocking on 17 consecutive points. Thank you, Shaun. Shaun, what do the Rams need to do to come back and get back into this game?
Well, that's some positivity. As you know, I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
Always.
I'm going to say, for positive things, Alex Miller's looking pretty dang good there for a second-string quarterback in the biggest game of his life. So I'll give him that. Negatives, obviously, I'll say I'll say the defense, the secondary has to get their keys correct. They have to start understanding their responsibilities. I mean, a lot of the guys looked confused. There seemed to be a few communication errors back there. Another thing that, I mean, a lot of people know that we lost our quarterback this previous week with Jack Roulette going out. We also lost a corner. He's been playing pretty well in place for Navaris Grant. Navaris Grant's back, but he's going to have to get back into the grind of playing in big games like this, Friday Night Lights, and it's definitely going to be a test for him, but they haven't actually thrown it over to his side, only to DeMarcus Birdsong's side, and they've been seeming to try to take advantage of his small height compared to the 6'6" Scalen. So look for the secondary to try to step it up in this second half. And you know what? If the secondary can step it up, the offense is looking pretty darn well. I think they have a shot for getting back in this game.
I just think that the Rams need to keep their heads up. They cannot get down. If they come into the second half feeling down, there's no way that they're going to be able to win this game. They need to stay positive and come out with the attitude that they're going to win this game. They're going to come away with that 7-0.
Halftime here at Westfield. Your Rams are down 24-7 against the Bulldogs. For Ryan Keith, my apologies.
Thank you, Jack.
Shaun Salehi, Ryan Good. I'm Jack Federici. We'll see you to start the second half. There's 2 Ryans.
Westfield High School dance team led by Caroline Burrows and Janae Bingham. Oh, we're getting the ball. That number 10's a big kid. You're like double coverage him or something. Bulldog fans, if I could have your attention. Welcome to the 15th annual halftime show. This week has been filled with exciting events such as Spirit Dress-Up Days, lunch games, the banner contest, the pep rally, and the parade. All of these events have been related to this year's homecoming theme, Candyland. In the homecoming parade, each class created a float that was displayed today. The floats were judged at the parade this afternoon. After much consideration, the judges have come to the final decision. The runner-up is the class of 2017, the sophomore class. And the winner is the class of 2015, the senior class. Congratulations to the winner, and thank you all who participated. Before we bring out our class president and SGA officers, we have our class of 2014 homecoming king and queen with us tonight. Last year, Tyler Thrasher Walker and Selena Klein Galando were crowned with the titles of homecoming king and queen. Tyler is here tonight being escorted by Ms. Sydney Suma. Sydney is a first grader at Drew Elementary School. She plays soccer, takes ballet classes, and loves to draw and paint. Selena is being escorted by Mr. Malachi Hawkins. Malachi is a 3-year-old who attends preschool at Primrose School. Malachi is a hero, and he enjoys reading, playing with Thomas the Train, and playing basketball, and beating Tyler Thrasher Walker at football. Next, we'd like to recognize our SGA officers of this year. We have Ben Cook, the SGA president, and Paige Esposito, the SGA secretary, and Rachel Doherty, the SGA treasurer. Next we have Connor. The winner of the Spirit Bone competition is determined by the number of students participating in the dress-up days, the Spirit Games, and the float competition. In the Spirit Dress-Up Days competition, the class of 2017 was first. Way to go, sophomores. This year's winner of the Spirit Bone is the class of 2017, the sophomore class. Now for your homecoming corps. We'll start with this year's freshman prince and princesses. Our first princess is Carly Duncan, escorted by Wyman Duncan. Carly's an SGA and is on the Westfield JV field hockey team and will be playing lacrosse in the spring. Outside of Westfield, Carly helps out at her church. Her favorite candy is Skittles because they're so colorful. Our second princess is Kristen Pizzoni, escorted by Stephen Pizzoni. Kristen is on the Westfield hip-hop dance team. Outside of Westfield, Kristen does dance. Her favorite candy is Chewy Sprees because they taste so good. Our first freshman prince is Sonny Alston, escorted by his mom, Tammy Lewis. Sonny's on the Westfield freshman football team. His favorite candy is Reese's. The next freshman prince is Cole Strecker, escorted by his mother, Francesca Strecker. Cole's on the Westfield freshman football team and plays ice hockey. Outside of Westfield, Cole plays travel hockey and does wrestling. His favorite candy, and mine too, is Twix. Kelsey Donald is our first sophomore princess. She's being escorted by her brother, Cole Donald. Kelsey plays for the Westfield varsity volleyball team. Outside of Westfield, Kelly plays the No Panic Indoor Volleyball Club, beach volleyball, and she's been selected to train with the U.S. Volleyball the past 2 summers. Her favorite candy is Skittles because you can actually taste the rainbow. Rebecca Shirley is our second sophomore princess who's being escorted by her father, Andy Shirley. Rebecca's on the Westfield dance team. Outside of Westfield, Rebecca volunteers for Grace Ministries and dances at the Centerville Dance Academy. Her favorite candy is Sour Patch Kids. Our first sophomore prince is Will Glowacki, escorted by his mother, Julie Glowacki. Will is on the Westfield basketball team and the lacrosse team. Outside of Westfield, Will is a lifeguard. His favorite candy is Kit Kats because the right and the left are never the same. Our second sophomore prince is Ben Rothwell, who's escorted by his mother, Jennifer Rothwell. Ben is on the Westfield baseball team and the Ace Squad volleyball hype squad. Outside of Westfield, Ben plays baseball and goes fishing. His favorite candy is Skittles because he has to have them before every baseball game for good luck. Our first junior princess is Eva Rama, escorted by her brother, Andy Rama. Eva is in the Westfield Marching Band. Her favorite candy is Skittles, but only the green one. Our second junior princess is Whitney Mercado, escorted by her father, Ruben Mercado. Whitney's part of the Westfield Key Club. Outside of Westfield, Whitney hangs out with her friends. Her favorite candy is Sour Patch Kids because it tastes so good. Our first junior prince is Chris Hoffman, escorted by his mom, Miyoko Kame. Chris is in the Westfield Marching Band drum line and the jazz ensemble. Outside of Westfield, Chris enjoys skating and eating Chipotle. His favorite candy is ring pops. Because if you liked it, you should have to put a ring pop on it. Jose Perdomo Ponce is our second junior prince. Unfortunately, Jose was unable to be with us tonight. Jose is on the Westfield JV football team and wrestling. His favorite candy is Twix because he loves peanut butter and chocolate together. Now for the senior class of 2015. The king was crowned today at the pep rally. Congratulations to Johnny Pace for being crowned homecoming king for the class of 2015. He's escorted by Mana Pace and Dee Dee Pace. John is on the Westfield cross country team, marching band, and is class president. Outside of Westfield, he does nothing. Westfield is his life. His favorite quote is, "Be the change you want to be to see in the world." Johnny hopes to attend UVA or an Ivy League school and run in college. He wants to be Batman when he grows up. Johnny thinks of Morgan Freeman as his hero because no matter what, Johnny can look to him as a voice of reason. Johnny's favorite candy is Sour Patch Kids because, like life, it teaches you how to embrace the sweet and sour moments as they come. Our second prince is John Lim, escorted by his mom, Young Ha. John is on the Westfield cross-country team, indoor track and field, outdoor track and field, and part of FCA. Outside of Westfield, he is in the praise band at his church and volunteers to distribute food to the homeless and needy. His favorite quote is "Spit hot fire," Mr. Bumgardner. John will be attending UVA and studying neuroscience. John thinks of his grandfather as his hero because he made it possible for John to come to the U.S. His favorite candy is Reese's because protein. Our third prince is Dontero Moore. Dontero is escorted by his mom, Diane Pearson. Dontero is a member of the varsity football team. He's also on the track and field team. His favorite quote is, "Don't worry, be happy." When he grows up, he wants to be a fireman. He says his mom is his hero because she is there supporting him every day through the best and the worst of times. His favorite candy is Skittles because they make the day 10 times better. Our final prince is Mason Scoville. Mason is represented by his mom, Teresa Scoville. You may not know this, but Mason is on the Westfield varsity football team and plays baseball. Outside of Westfield, he coaches youth basketball. His favorite quote is, "Hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard." Mason will be attending Radford to play baseball next year. He wants to be a special task force agent. Mason's heroes are his family members because they are all so hardworking and determined to reach their goals in life. He does not have a favorite candy. There are too many good kinds. Can I get a drum roll? Starting off, our senior princess is Olivia Buckley, escorted by her father, Craig Buckley. Olivia is on the Westfield varsity volleyball team and a member of the Key Club, Science Club, FBLA, SGA, and the Peer Helping. Outside of Westfield, she plays club volleyball and is part of a Christian-based youth group. Her favorite quote is, "Laughter is timeless, imagination has no age, and dreams are forever." Walt Disney. Olivia is hoping to attend the University of South Florida and study veterinary medicine. Olivia thinks of her dad as a hero because he is an amazing man, and she aspires to be like him. She loves him with all her heart. Her favorite candy is Twix because she loves chocolate. Bella Davila is our second princess and is escorted by her father, Paul Davila. Bella is Vice President of SGA, President of French Honor Society, member of the Math Society and Science Honor Society, and plays for the Westfield girls lacrosse team. Outside of Westfield, she lifeguards in the summer. Her favorite quote is, "Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." Dr. Seuss. Bella would like to attend UVA and study engineering. She thinks of her dad as a hero because he worked so hard for their family. Her favorite candy is mini M&Ms because they're super yummy and better than the originals. Our third princess is Mackenzie Kirkham, escorted by her father, Joel Kirkham. Mackenzie is in Westfield SGA and plays on the Westfield girls varsity soccer team. Outside of Westfield, she plays Braddock Road Youth Club soccer. Her favorite quote is, "Find God's grace in every mistake and always give more than you can take." Rascal Flatts. Mackenzie's going to the University of Mary Washington to play soccer. She wants to be a public relations director when she's older. Mackenzie thinks of her grandmother as her hero because she's beaten cancer 3 times and is still going strong. Her favorite candy is Twix because they're delicious. Our final princess is Samantha Strauss, escorted by her dad, George Strauss. Samantha's in the class of 2015 historian and is also a member of the Key Club. She is also a soccer coach for kids. Her favorite quote is, "Fall down 7 times, stand up 8. Next year, she hopes to go to James Madison University and major in communications. She feels that her parents are her heroes because they support her unconditionally and always work hard for her and her brother. Her favorite candy is Milky Way bars because they're out of this world." And now, it's time to crown the 2014-15 Homecoming Queen. Each of the princesses have a box in front of them containing a surprise. The box given to the girl that was elected queen by the senior class contains a balloon. So when you see the balloon release, you will know who the queen is. Okay, girls, open the boxes. And the winner is Samantha Strauss, Homecoming Queen 2015. Thank you, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. Congratulations on your homecoming.
Jack, why didn't you text me to wear long sleeves? I thought you had my back.
I didn't think I had to be your dad.
I thought you had my back, Jack.
My group of friends, like whenever I drive anywhere, I tell them we can't listen to a song like Jack Bruce from our music. I was like, but Dad, they always call me Dad.
Doing well. A little cold. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah. Ryan had a nice sack in there. Yeah, I saw him run in, and he just, second he was in, he decided to go in and get the quarterback. Yeah.
Good play. Yeah.
That was a great play.
What do you want to start it? Are we off?
I forgot what.
Wait, you want me to have this one?
I'll be the real MVP.
Welcome back to the second half of Robinson Westfield. This game not so close, 24-7. Westfield with the advantage. We've seen a decent running game by the Rams, not explosive except for that first drive. What do the Rams need to do differently offensively?
I think the Rams need to maybe go to the pass a little more. Miller proving that he can throw the ball, had a nice pass to Navaris Grant. However, Navaris Grant out of bounds, wasn't completed. However, proving he can throw the ball down the field, and I'm looking to see him do that perhaps a couple more times in this second half. Shaun?
Definitely, I completely agree. I expect to see a little bit more passing, but you know what? They will not shy away from this running game. They'll face adversity. Vossler was talking about in the locker room. There's never going to be an easy season. You never go undefeated, winning only easy games. So they're going to have to face some adversity. They're going to have to come back at least one game this year. They're not going to blow out everybody. That's not how it works. And you know what? This is what determines whether or not your team is good or whether or not your team is great. And if you can come back in a game like this with your backup quarterback, you have a great team. We have an amazing team here at Robinson, but this will determine whether or not they're great. I'm going to bring them up. The teams of 91, 2001, 97, 2001, the state winning teams. Those teams had to go through adversity to win those state titles. And this is the first real test that this Rams has had all year outside of that Lake Braddock game, but that wasn't even a test early in the game, more in late. They didn't have to come back in this game. They just had to protect the lead. This is a game where they have their backs against the wall, and they have to claw back into this game at Westfield's homecoming and completely shock the Bulldogs and completely ruin their homecoming here in Chantilly.
Interesting to see what the Rams can do. They're down 17. They get the ball back to start the second half. Alex Miller, for the situation he's been given, has been looking pretty darn good, passing the ball with authority. And like I said before the game, he was not shaking on the sideline. He was very much calm. It was almost the same mentality. It was almost like an office-like mentality. He was ready to get the job done, and so far he's been doing a pretty decent, good job.
Definitely. I mean, like Ryan said, Alex has been absolutely producing in the best way I've seen. I mean, I definitely can't imagine I expected to see him produce or be that calm, be that cool, be that collected, and be able to produce like that going right off the bat. I mean, he got practice warm-ups the first 2 weeks of the offseason. Jack Roulette was not here. He was at a lacrosse camp, and so he was able to get – Alex Miller had a few reps there with the ones, but nothing like this. And he's had a week so far, and he's been doing pretty well. A little bit. Well, I mean, I'm not like freezing cold. I'm just like, it's mostly because.
Well, here we go, ready to start the second half. The Rams will take possession to start. See what they can do. They get on the board. It's a 10-point game. They're right back in it. They have to drive it down first.
Robinson, number 28, third ball.
Wow. It's pretty bright.
Number 25, Marcus Denham.
And we are underway here in the second half. Westfield Robinson. The ball will trickle into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. 24-7. Rams down. Alex Miller takes the field again.
Like I said earlier, expect Alex Miller to come off firing on all cylinders. This entire Rams team, Vossler was talking to this team, like I said earlier, in the locker room, facing adversity. These guys are pumped up and look for them to try to get back in this game and get started early.
Here's Miller under center. They offset Esposito out as a wide receiver. Takes the snap. Handoff. Denham cuts it upfield. Breaking tackles. Not sure how he went north and south there. Maybe give him about 3. Denham on the carry. There's a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line. Navaris Grant checking into the game. Here's Miller. Takes a snap. Hand off to Lowry up the middle, breaking. No, I was watching a lineman. That was Lowry for about a good 3-yard gain. They'll give it 2. 3rd and 5 at the 25-yard line. 11:07 to go. 3rd and 5 coming for the Rams. Lowry with the carry.
And the Bulldogs defense seemed to have come out of this locker room with the one determination, that's to stop this run. 2 plays going for 5 yards. We'll see if they can hold them again here on this 3rd down play.
Aiden Rocker checking in on the 3rd and 5, giving the play to Miller. Big 3rd down here on the opening drive of the 2nd half for the Rams. Miller looking to convert. Here he is under center. He takes a snap. Handoff to Foncha, and he'll go nowhere. That's Marcus Denham. Still going nowhere. It'll be 4th down. Aiden Rockwood out there, booted away.
Three straight run attempts there for the Robinson Rams, and none of them really producing anything. Like I said, they were trying to come back hot, and that's not exactly the way that they were expecting to do it. But you know what? They still have a chance, only down by 3 possessions in this game. So look for the defense to try to make a big stop here. And it is 4th and short. We've seen, last week we saw a fake punt attempt that got called back. We might see it again this.
It was Dejon Lee who got the carry. I'd be surprised to see it here. Here's Rockwood. Punts it away. Nice booming punt by Rock. It'll be taken at the 30. He drops it. The ball is loose. They fight for it. Donnie Warner might have it. We're not sure here. It's ball. Donnie Warner jumps on the loose ball. It'll be Rams ball in Westfield territory at the 23. Donnie Warner takes it.
And that's right there what we call a phenomenal punt. Went high in the sky, so far up you hardly even see it. Came back down and just couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle that catch.
Unbelievable punt from Rock and a great play by Donnie.
Let me tell you one thing right now, man. Donnie Warder is putting in a big plays for this team.
Here's Miller. Snap, handoff reverse to Lowry. He could have, if he got past that line, he had a lot of room. Couldn't get past the line, give him out 2.
And there's one thing that, like I said, Donnie Warder is getting a lot of good plays here for the Rams. Huge potential for this kid. I'll tell you one thing though, we did not only get the possession back, we got the momentum back there. I mean, that's something huge. They were down a little bit, like I said, didn't want to start off the second half the way they wanted to, but you know what? That's a great way to bounce back.
Here's Miller on 2nd and 9. He hands off to Foncha, squeaking his way through the line. Going to get about 3, and that'll be it. The Rams continue to try to punch it down the throat of the Westfield defense, and they continue to get stopped for minimum gains.
You have to think that if the Rams were to run a play action here, they'd catch this defense completely off guard.
Yeah, I think so. How much they're stacking that box. I completely agree with you. And there you go. Navaris Grant checks into the game. That's an obvious situation for a pass.
Navaris Grant and Patrick Esposito, 2 big targets there for the outside.
Yes, sir. That is Foncha and Denham in the backfield. Hand off to Denham, right side. Left side, actually. He is tripped up in the backfield. It'll be a gain of 2. 4th and 4. You got to think the Rams are going to go for it.
That's what I'm saying. Big decision here as Marcus Denham is a little slow to get up. Nope. Just a shoe malfunction.
Shoe malfunction.
Yep, it appears that they're going for it here. Scott Vosser's going pedal to the metal. I mean, he's going to definitely try to put these Bulldogs on their heels. He's going to give them everything I got. It's only 4th and 4. They have an opportunity here. Let's see what kind of tricks they have up their sleeve.
Rams going all in. They like the cards they hold. Two receivers split out to the right. It is Denham and Grant. Screen pass to Denham. It is caught. He cuts it upfield. Has the first down. Great pass play by Alex Miller. He finds Denham. 1st and 10 Rams.
I'll tell you one thing. That was a great pass. An even better play call there by Scott Vossler. But you know what? I don't know. I didn't really like how DeVaris Grant gave us all kind of a little bit of a scare there with laying out there from the pass. But you know what? Still, great pass from Alex Miller. Putting it in, ice water in his veins.
Mm-hmm. And there's that confidence booster getting that screen out there. And Alex Miller's has really been on point tonight. Here he is again. Miller under center. Takes a snap. Handoff. Denham up the middle. Chugging his way for it. He gets 5 on that time. That was a good inside run by Denham. Finally finds some rooms.
And with that pass, we see Alex Miller with another completion and perhaps even a gateway to see even more of those short passes that go for yards, as this defense obviously expecting the run and just being caught off guard by that short little pass.
I agree completely, Ryan. I mean, if something works, why not continue doing it? And the short passing game for the Rams is working. So, like you said, I would possibly look at Alex getting more shots to throw the ball here.
Here's Miller under center, a 2nd and 5. Handoff, steamrolling, Roland Lowry up the middle. Give him 3, close to the first down mark. I'll give him 2. We'll call it a 3rd and 3 at the 7-yard line. They're giving it to Dejon Lee, and Dejon Lee is an underrated player. He's a great linebacker, but also has potential in the passing game and the running game. Dejon Lee is an all-around athlete.
I'll tell you one thing, is that Dejon Lee is, like you said, an all-around athlete. Started at quarterback when he first came to Robinson. Then they put him at running back. Now he's playing middle linebacker. He's a huge versatile player, almost like a Marcus Denham playing both sides. Good job by Dejon.
Here's a snap. Denham cuts it upfield. Not getting much. I think he's going to stop before the first down. It's going to be 4th down, I believe. 4th and maybe a couple. They won't give him much. Maybe an inch of a gain. So it'll be 4th and 2.5.
This is an even bigger play call. Do you take an easy field goal? And it doesn't appear that Vossler does. I mean, if it worked once, hey, why not? Go for it again. Let's do it.
Once again, going all in. They must like their cards. 4th and 3 at the 7-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd. Alex Miller under center. The snap. Handoff. Dejon Lee bursting through the line. Going for the goal line. Still chugging his way at it. He's in. Touchdown, Robinson. Dejon Lee punching his way home into the end zone. Give him 6. Dejon Lee with an outstanding run.
Dejon Lee's rushing everybody back to the line. Expect possibly a swinging door play. I'm just going to say it.
They go back to their standard extra point, 24-13. And Rock will look to put one more on. The snap, the hold, kick is up. It is good. Aiden Rockwood puts on the extra point. We are only down by 10, ladies and gentlemen. 24-14. Rams down by 10. Go ahead, Ryan.
And on that drive, 2 huge 4th down play calls. Coach Vossler decides to go for it, and it pays out in dividends, giving the Rams 7 points on the board, and they are back in this game.
I'll tell you one thing, this young coach, he's got a lot of guts, and he's proven that his gut is telling him the right thing. And has to go for it, and when he goes for it, it works. When he decides to play it safe, it works too. I mean, heck, he played it safe down in his own territory and ended up being a fumble and causing this whole drive. And like going back to that, Donnie Warder, like I said earlier, I can't say enough about this guy. He's making plays all over the field, and without that big fumble recovery, this drive would not have been a possible touchdown for this team. And this is a huge momentum builder. They've kept the Westfield offense off the field So it's been pretty good. It's been going pretty well for the Rams defense, or offense, pardon me.
And you have to remember, it all started with Aiden Rockwood and that phenomenal punt.
Don't forget Donnie Warder as well, jumping on that, fighting for the ball, out muscling his opposer. Unbelievable play by
Absolutely,
just
Jack.
all around great special teams play. You're right. It all did start from that Aiden Rockwood kick, and then Donnie Warder able to jump on it.
Special teams may be a little underrated here, but tonight they pulled through for this Rams
There you
team.
go. 24-14, 5:45 in the third. Your Rams are down by 10. Aiden Rockwood looks to boot this one away. Kicks it out of the back of the end zone. Unbelievable kick by Aiden Rockwood. Give the ball at the 20. This is the first time you're going to see the Westfield offense this half. And you got to think, with that long drive, this is the first time we see Westfield's offense. That kind of takes away momentum from their offense, too.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll tell you one thing. That's why they do the onside kick, because we saw it just went out of bounds. Now they're at the 20 guaranteed. But going back to what you were saying, definitely, they're going to be a little rusty. This defense is pumped up. They just saw their offense produce, and they're expected to do the same. They have to keep the pressure on the Bulldogs here and try to get the ball back.
Here's Scoville. Fakes the handoff, looking for the pass. Throwing down the middle of the field. It's off the fingertips of the defender. Incomplete. And that Rams defense is pumped up. 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
That's exactly how the defense wanted to start off this drive. Hold them down to an incompletion into 2nd and 10.
Hey, that was much better coverage there by the Rams. Second string safety in Jack Smith, able on the coverage, able to keep on his guy. Good job there by Jack Smith.
2-by-1 formation. Scoville under center. Little screen pass going out to the right side. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Great play by Birdsong, stepping up and making a great tackle.
I'll tell you one thing, Jack. The little guys on this team are feisty. I told you, Marcus Dunham, angry Speedy Gonzalez. Birdsong's more like a falcon, or really like an aggressive hummingbird or something. I mean, he's small, but he has a fight to him, and he'll hit you if you. He'll ring your bell if you need to.
3-by-1 formation. Scoville hands it up the middle. He gets out to the right side, chugging his way out. He's going to be short of the first down in my eyes. 4th down and not a whole lot. And now decision time coming for Westfield, and they don't look like they're very confident. They're going to punt it away.
Great stop there by the Robinson Rams defense. As Ryan was saying, this is going to bring them back into the game. 4 minutes and 45 seconds, only down by 10. Still left in this third quarter. I mean, we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. This is far from over. Westfield has to definitely be back on their heels, and the Rams are coming.
The snap. They're going after it. He gets it off. He had a chance. Here's Birdsong. He fumbles the ball, jumps on it. He should have it. Dirty Bird has it. DeMarcus Birdsong trying to give us all a heart attack here. He's able to jump on it, stays Rams possession, so Alex Miller and company will take over.
You know what, Jack? You just made. I'm sorry but Jack, you just made it. I'm so proud of you. You guys are growing up so fast. I've come up with a lot of nicknames so far. He came up with the Herd, but he also just came up with DeMarcus Birdsong's new nickname, and that's Dirty Bird. I like it.
That's one Coach Cross gave him.
Hey, you know what? But you're the first one to say it here. So.
There you go. Little reverse coming for Lowry. Looking to cut it up. He's still on his feet. Now chugging away at it, get 4 yards, and that's good determination by Roman Lowry.
And hey, as Shaun always says, 4 yards, we'll take it. We get 4 yards every single time we snap the ball. We're getting in that end zone. So short gain, but on first down, we'll take it.
That's a 2-yard gain there. With 3:58 and counting. Rams down by 10. Here's Miller under center. He has Foncha and Lowry in the backfield. Miller takes a snap. Handoff Lowry left side. I saw a wall of black and is taken down. It was good pressure there by the Westfield defense.
Westfield writes a very late flag, possibly in the vicinity of an unsportsmanlike conduct or a personal foul. And Alex Miller is signaling that it's against the Bulldogs, and
it is. It is. If that is in the same ballpark as you're calling with that personal foul, it's going to be 15 yards and give them good chunk of yards there.
Now you know what? We're not gonna refuse any yards that we can take, but
It's like finding the fries at the bottom of the bag when you get fast food. You're not gonna deny that. That's just
you're not gonna give it back. No, you're gonna take it. I'll tell you one thing though, that this is definitely a result of that previous drive.
Mm-hmm.
This is them showing Westfield hasn't really been broken down. We saw like I said earlier this game, the past 2 weeks they've had their confidence has gone from 0 to 100 real quick, and it's pretty much. I mean, they beat Centerville and Lake Braddock, and now they're starting to face the Robinson Rams.
Miller hands off to Foncha. He's chugging away at it, getting 6 yards. Good power running game by Shaun Foncha, and a good push by the offensive line.
I'll tell you one thing, guys. A lot of people don't know this, but this is actually Shaun Foncha's last regular season game here with the Robinson Rams. Breaking news from Shaun Salehi. Everybody's surprised over here. So he's actually going to go over to Africa, to Cameroon, to visit his grandfather. He'll be back for the playoffs.
Hand off Foncha, playing like with some intensity. He gets over to the first down to the 20-yard line. Excellent run by Shaun Foncha.
And Shaun Foncha really kick-starting this Rams rush. The defense, the Bulldogs, been able to hold them thus far in the drive. However, Shaun Foncha saying not today as he pushes forward for the first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line, 2:52, and counting the third quarter. It's been Rams completely in control this third.
I love how Alex Miller is conducting this offense.
Miller hands out to Foncha. He's not going to get much on this one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Play didn't have much to go at the start.
No, definitely. But you know what? Look at this. It's Alex Miller walking back calmly back over to Voxer, getting the next play. He's taking his time, making sure he gets it down right, because obviously, I mean, the rest of the team is looking at him. This is kind of his opportunity, like I said earlier, to earn respect of his teammates. And as long as he takes his time, make sure that he stays composed, he's going to be able to produce. And we're seeing that. I mean, look, they're close to getting into the red zone. Still with 2 minutes left in this third quarter, only down by 10.
Navarez Grant checking into the game. They have Roman Lowry and Foncha in the backfield. Fakes a handoff, rolling out for the pass, right side, floating for the end zone, tipped up, almost caught, nearly caught by, I think that's Aiden Rockwood. It was just an inch away. He almost screed that one in.
Aiden Rockwood might have had the best catch any kicker has had in the history of the sport. That would have been hands down the best play ever. But you know what? Still, great pass there by Alex Miller. A little bit high, but, I mean, that was good. That was just good coverage there by the Bulldogs, but that was a bullet of a throw from Alex
I think maybe
Miller.
he was looking for Rockwood, and just Navarez got his hand up when he wasn't necessarily to him. It's kind of one of those intermediate passes there.
Yeah, definitely.
3rd and 11 at the 22-yard line. Miller under center. Takes a snap. Handoff is reverse. It's going to be a pass play. Looking for Miller. Floats up. It is intercepted. Intercepted on the reverse pass play. That is Aiden Rockwood who threw it.
I'll tell you one thing, though, is that it really shows that, I mean, that was actually the homecoming play. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna break it to you. That was the homecoming play that we were hyping up last week that never showed up. Although it's supposed to be Dejon Lee instead of Aiden Rockwood. Obviously, that's heartbreaking for the Rams after that long drive, but their defense is going to try to bounce back and get the ball back. But you know what? Good job by Alex Miller. You could tell as soon as he saw that ball go in the air, he knew it was probably going to be picked off, and he changed from offensive player to defender and went straight for the tackle. Good tackle there by Alex Miller from stopping it from being a pick six.
Well, here's a snap. They take it out of the 8. He runs it up the middle, gets a good chunk of yards. Maybe give him 3 with 142. He gets this, 3 yards, 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
And we'll be looking for the Rams defense to pick up right where they left off, hold them to hopefully another 3 and out.
Three by 1 formation. What's he? Takes a snap. Handoff up the middle. Shimmy shakes his way over to the first down to the 35-yard line. That'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Just over 1 minute, and now we're under. 24-14. Three-by-one formation. He takes a snap, keeping it himself, and he's taken down in the backfield. That's Patrick Robinson getting his hands on him. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10, 25, clock a ticking.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. At the Westfield 25-yard line.
26 seconds, 24-14. Rams down by 10. Good. 3-by-1 formation. Handoff up the middle. And still gets a good chunk of yards. Give him 5 yards. And Scoville and company really pushing it here. 4 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll go to the 4th quarter. All Rams that 3rd quarter. They score once. Had a good second drive. They get a late turnover in the red zone. Still only down by 10. It's going to be an interesting 4th quarter. Big football up to come.
And just as a reminder, Evan Gray, number 28 for the Westfield Bulldogs, running back starter, has not returned to the game yet. It's still number 13, Terrell Batia, in there for the Westfield, and he's holding his own out there.
He is. Evan Gray was doing pretty well before being injured. Hope him the best, obviously. Don't want to ever see any other player go down. But like you said, Batia's holding his own. He's doing pretty well. Obviously, we don't want him to do too well because we need him to come back. This is the 4th quarter. This is the game. I mean, we're getting to that point to where, I mean, if you think about it, though, we were down by 17. They got 1 touchdown back, and they've held the Westfield offense pretty well. I mean, they almost got 2 touchdowns there before the interception by Aiden Rockwood. That sounds weird to say. But, you know what? I definitely can see the Rams, scoring in 10 points in 1 quarter. They got 12 minutes to do it. If they can just hold this Westfield offense at bay or keep them at bay, I can definitely see them coming back in this game.
3rd and 4, big 3rd down here. 3-by-1. Scoville under center. He takes a snap, fakes the pass, or fakes the handoff, rolling out right side, throwing in the middle of the field, wide open, 25-yard line to the 50, and taken down over there. Has a first down over the 50-yard line. Good pitch and catch from Scoville. To Brown.
Another miscommunication there by the secondary of the Rams. Coverage broke down, and there just ends up being some hole in the zone that is usually either in the flat or down in the middle. But they're going to definitely have to try to work on this and prevent this from happening and continuing later on in this game.
3-by-1 again. Scoville keeps it himself, just chugging way up the middle. He's going to get 5 yards, maybe 8. Scoville keeps it himself, gets a good 6 yards there. That's a Jack Roulette play, just keeping it up the middle.
Definitely. They're pulling a play out of Vossler's playbook right there.
Second down and 4. Scoville takes a snap, handoff up the middle. He looks to bounce it out. This is Gray. Gray getting his first look. I think this is his first look in the second half. Close to the first down.
Yeah, Jack, you're exactly right. Evan Gray appears to return to this game, which means obviously, hopefully, the injury wasn't too bad, as he is obviously fit enough to play in this.
Good news
quarter.
for Gray, bad news for Robinson.
Hate to say it, Jack, but I think you're right.
3rd and 1 with 10:28 at the 4th quarter, 24-14. Here's a snap. It's quarterback keeper. He has a first down and more over the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Bulldogs. They're taking out Bugsy Siegel.
1st and 10 at the Robinson 35-yard line.
10:03 to go. First and 10 at the 35-yard line. And a 2-by-1. Here's Scoville. Fakes the handoff, looking for the pass. Doesn't have anyone, just checks it down, and then tackled by Donnie Warder. Good tackle by Donnie, 5-yard gain. And that was a good play by Scoville himself to keep that play alive. He got his feet chopping and found the man down low.
Nice play action called. Fooled me up here. I was looking at Gray, see how far he'd get.
You know, it happens more than I'm proud of, too. It happens
yeah.
more than I'm proud of, too. I get fooled on these play actions a lot.
I only realized Scoville still had the ball in the backfield.
Now I play defense, too. That's kind of embarrassing how much I get fooled on up here. Here's Scoville. Handoff. Number 13, he has a chunk of yards and more over the first down to the 19-yard line. First and 10, Bulldogs. That's number 13, Bertha.
Tackle on that last play by 88,
Devontae Hicks getting on a tackle, 8:57. Here's Scoville on a 2-on-1. Takes a snap. Handoff to Betha. And he is taken down by Devontae Hicks. No, he breaks the tackle. Still chugging away at it for 2 or 3 yards. And that'll be it. 2nd and 7 at the 17. 8:31.
And all eyes turn to this Rams defense as the Bulldogs push into the red zone. If we hold them here, hold them to a field goal, I think that we're still in this game, Jack. Your thoughts?
I think so. I think we need to get a stop, at least a field goal. But even we need to get a turnover at most. I think a turnover is essential here.
Turnover, but the touchdown, I feel like the touchdown at this point
That'd be a tough one. That's a tough. Handoff Gray, and he is tackled immediately there in the backfield. That is Patrick Robinson cutting down and making the tackle. Gain of 1, 3rd and 6 at the 16-yard line. The Rams need a stop here on 3rd down.
Third and 6 at the 16-yard line.
3-by-1 here. Rams need a stop. Here's Scoville. Takes a snap, looking for a pass. Quick pass. It is caught with the pressure. Yeah, they're calling it a catch and a first down. That was a good pitch and catch by Scoville to his receiver.
And that was a good catch by number 48, James Gibson, holding on to that ball after just getting rocked the second he caught that ball.
I wonder what they're calling it. They're measuring here. It's very close to the first down. I thought he was over it. We'll see. They stretch out the chains, and he looks short. He is short by an inch, and this is a big 4th down in inches.
And you've got to think with Schofield doing so well and the quarterback keeps thus far, they're just going to sneak it right across that line.
Yeah, I think so. With 2 very good quarterback keeps. So the question is not only stop him on the quarterback keep, but stop him from getting even more. And it's not just a 1 yard play for them. I formation. Scoville under center. The snap. Keeps it himself. How it stands, it looks like he has it.
Yeah, it appeared to be a false start.
That's what the Rams coaches were looking for, too. It's a first down. It is a first down, Bulldogs. At the 9-yard line with 7:07 to go. Rams still down by 10, 24-14. With a 2-by-2 formation. Scoville in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Handoff up the middle of 13. He's still chugging away at it. Dejon Lee gets a good shot, but he gets a good, I'll say 3 yards on the play.
And, Jack, we've seen it before tonight. The Rams holding the Bulldogs within their own 10. We'll see if they can do that again in this crucial defensive stand here as the clock keeps on ticking in the 4th quarter.
6:22 and counting. 2nd and 5 at the 5-yard line. Here's the snap. Fakes a handoff, rolling out, has lots of room, fire for the end zone, is caught. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They convert with 6:01 in the fourth quarter, add another 6 to a lead, 30-14. And once again, Westfield has burned them through the air. Extra point intent. Here's a snap. The hold. Kick is up and it is good. 31-14. Westfield has scored here in the fourth quarter. Extend their lead by 17 yet again. And with 6 minutes to go, you got to think the Rams need to score. They need to score quick. They need to score a lot.
Definitely. I mean, they backs against the wall again, but you know what? This defense did a pretty good job. Yeah, they didn't get all their breaks, but we have to remember that drive wouldn't even been possible if it wasn't for the interception. So if we could just get the ball back and keep the ball for a pretty decent amount of time, and then if we can get the ball back and then actually keep the ball and then actually give it back to the goddamn. We get the ball, have a short possession on defense, and then get
a long
the
day,
ball.
Shaun.
It has been a very long day. I apologize. If we get a short possession here, get some points up early, get a defense, get a quick stop. We still have all 3 of our timeouts, as does Westfield. There's still a possibility. We're still only down by 17.
Matt Peffer back to get this one. It's a long boot. It's going to go to the side of Peffer, but he's going to let it go in the backfield.
And the Bulldogs doing well on that last drive to make this a 3-possession game. So the Rams, even if they do score a touchdown, they're going to have to get this onside kick and then another one after that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things have to go right for the Rams. But first off, they need to convert right here, and they need to convert very quickly.
And you know what? This game's not over yet. 6 minutes left on the clock. These Rams, they can score quick. But, well, I guess it's... we just have to watch and see.
Gotta wait and see. Here's Navarro's Grant checked out to the right side. Miller looking for Grant. Quick pass caught by Grant. Good pass by Alex Miller. Give him 7 yards. Good pitch and catch by Miller to Grant.
I'm surprised at kind of the slow pace that this Rams team is still taking. Yeah, there's over 5.5 minutes left in the game, but that's only 5.5 minutes left in the game to score. You're down by 3 possessions. So I would definitely pick up the pace if I was the Rams.
2nd and 3 at 27-yard line. Here's Miller. Handoff, Dejon Lee. He chugs away at it. He's not going to have the first down, but he's going to be sure close. As Marcus Denham. I guess getting everyone mixed up tonight.
What I thought was interesting is starting off the drive with a pass. We haven't seen that a lot this year, and
not a whole lot at all.
Looks like the Rams are willing to pull out anything out of the bag here to get this win.
Miller takes a snap, handoff, Lowry puts his shoulder down. The ref is running right along that 30-yard line, close to the first down, and he has it. First down and 10 for the Rams. 4:53. The clock is stopped, but it's going to resume here in a second.
I'll tell you what, though, they definitely want to get these first downs in more than 3 plays because that's just eating up more and more of the clock. And they want to drive down the ball. They want to drive the ball down the field very quickly. I mean, they still have to score an additional touchdown. Even if they do score here, they have to score an additional touchdown and field goal just to tie the game.
Miller keeps it himself, right side. Looking cut it upfield, puts his shoulder down, gets 5 yards there. Good run, Alex Miller.
Alex Miller showing that he's not afraid of anybody, no matter what the circumstances are. He's still giving it his all. I like the effort by Alex Miller, laying down his shoulder.
And Alex Miller appears to have been watching Jack Roulette a little bit in the practices, pulling a card out of his book and getting the yards on the ground.
Morris Grant checking back in. There's a whistle. They're checking the equipment of Grant. It doesn't look like anything that serious. And the clock resumes with 4:10 to go. Second and 5. Here's Miller. The snap, looking for the pass. Pumps once. Floating deep for the bundle. It is intercepted. It is picked off by Alex Miller. Or Alex Miller's pass is picked off. Returned by Westfield here at the 30. And then taken down the sideline. Alex Miller went for it all. Threw the interception. It'll be Westfield ball. 3:48 fourth quarter.
And, Jack, you have to think that is the game.
It's sad to say with 3:48 down by 17. Now Westfield's ball within Rams territory. It's a toughie. That's a toughie.
And you got to look, Westfield, no doubt, going to try to run out this clock here. And hate to say it, but this just might be out of the Rams' reach at this point.
Now, Shaun, for your positive look, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna.
He's always there for that, Shaun.
We're gonna. I'm not saying. I mean, you gotta believe in possible miracles. This would be nothing short of a miracle if they came back in this game. But you know what, man? I mean, I'll tell you one thing though. It's definitely been a great fight by the Rams this game.
Float the pass up. Knocked down by Dirty Bird. DeMarcus Birdsong.
An interesting play call by the Westfield Bulldogs. Going for a pass here, you'd expect them to just try to run out the ball, run out the clock.
That is interesting. And the thing about that is that stops the clock.
Exactly.
I think
Stops
that
the clock.
really
Exactly, Jack.
I think that really just shows the intensity of this rivalry. They're just trying to run up the score here. I mean, they're not gonna just let the Robinson Rams get off easy. If they're gonna make them lose, they're gonna try and make them get blown out.
Snap up the middle. And he chugs his way for about 5 yards. And that run play will keep the clock going with 3:34 and counting. Gain 5, 35 at the 26-yard line, 31-14 Westfield. Takes a snap, hand off to the fullback, and he's going to get nothing. Stopped the line of scrimmage. Good job by the D line.
And the Rams still showing they have the fight in them.
They
do.
do.
They're not letting in. They're
One
not
thing
hanging
I
their
am
heads. They're
surprised,
keeping them
though,
up.
is that Vossler has not taken a single timeout, and they have all three.
That is an interesting call. Maybe let's try to keep it all for the offense.
Possibly, yes. Definitely.
2:40 to go. Fourth quarter, 31-14. Fourth down and 5 at the 26-yard line for Westfield.
Gonna go for it.
That's an interesting call there. Scoville looking for the pass. And he is knocked down. The ball is loose. The ball is loose. And it was going to be a turnover anyway. First down and 10. Was that Yane Israel who got the hit?
Holy cow, that was a huge hit by Yane Israel.
Schofield's slow to get up after that one.
Schofield slow to get up after that monstrous hit by Yane Israel. It'll be Rams ball with 2:15 down by 17 in the fourth quarter.
Hey, Israel bringing the heat. I still can't get over that hit.
No.
Monstrous.
That hurt from up here.
Monstrous. Here's a snap. Miller loses the ball, fights for it. It's going to be Westfield ball. Just like that, the Rams turn it on over. It's going to be Westfield ball. 2:11 to go, fourth quarter.
Oh, that I'm the positive guy, and that sucks. That was not. That's a heartbreaker right there. You get another chance to get the ball back and possibly put some more points on the board, and just a miscommunication between center and quarterback exchange.
You have to think, though, Schofield's looking out for big number 56 now, Yane Israel.
Oh, you got to
after
believe so.
Just taking a monster.
He's not even
Is that
in the
even
game.
Schofield in there? No.
No, it's a
Wildcat.
wildcat formation. That's 48. He looks to cut back, and he's not going to get much. Hello, welcome to the herd. They just took you down for a gain of maybe one.
You know what? I'm going to be completely honest with you. They probably saw the shot that Schofield took last play, or the previous play that they had with him on offense, and I'm sure they didn't want to see him get hit like that again. So then they're just going to run the Wildcat. I'm sure.
Yeah, Scoville's still not in this game, and you know what? We're probably not going to see him for the rest of the night.
I doubt it. No.
138 and counting. 31-14. Westfield ball. Matt Peffer in the game, along with Nick Roth and Donnie Warder. Snap. Handoff over the right side. He jumps over a player and is knocked down. Helmets go flying. That is 48 who jumps over everyone. Clock is stopped.
Stoppage of time because of Nick Roth lost his helmet, so they have to allow the player to get off and take one play off.
.107 to go. Fourth quarter, 3rd down and 6 for the Westfield Bulldogs, and Scofield's still not in there.
Probably still recovering after taking that monster hit from Yain Israel.
Most likely. Here's a snap. He's going to keep it right side, and he's going to have the first down and more. And with that first down, you got to think that is a definite ball game.
I definitely agree that's probably the end of the ball game. But you know what? As there's a stoppage of time.
They're going to measure it. They're going to measure it here.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, you know what? They're probably going to go for it no matter what the call is here. And either way,
They really just need one more play.
Either way, like you said, yeah, I believe this is ball game. You know what? This has been a heck of a run by the Rams. I mean, first time since 2005 they've gone 6-0. That's been a good 9 years, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? It's been a great run, especially under our first-year head coach, Scott Vossler. You can't win them all the time. So you know what? They're going to have to come back next week against Oakton at home, and they're going to be able to show the world that the Robinson Rams are still contenders going into the postseason.
And you have to remember, this is a regular season game. Robinson just needs to rally, finish out its regular season strong, and go into the playoffs with their heads up, looking to take it all.
You know what?
4th down and 1 for Westfield. Go ahead, Shaun.
Oh, thank you. I'll tell you one thing though. The Rams, we never won it easy. We never want to go in undefeated, being the number 1 team in the state and going into the playoffs expecting to win. It's always the teams that overcame everything and were counted out of it. Those are the ones that people talk about for the rest of their lives, and I think this team still has that capability.
Quarterback keeper, he has a first down and more, and that'll be ball game. Your Robinson Rams have been dished their first loss of the season by the Westfield Bulldogs of a score 31-14. Westfield cracking down after that first drive, stopping this Ram running attack, and then stopping their momentum and giving them their first loss of the season. Shaun, tell me about this game.
Well, it was this stings to put it into. That's the one. If I could say one word, that stings. And I'll definitely tell you this. I'll let Ryan Keith tell his last part of the game.
I liked how the Rams kept their heads up at the end. Defense holding strong. We saw a nice little stand, and just looking for the Rams to rally next week as we head to Oakton. This game's over. Leave it in the past as we head into the next week. Looking to the future and looking for future wins.
And so now, so going to my offensive and defensive players of the game. First time I've ever had to do it on a losing side. I will definitely say that the offensive player of the game has to be Alex Miller. I mean, he had a great game for his varsity debut. Even though it was a loss, he played a heck of a game. And defensive player of the game, I have to give it to Donnie Warder.
Donnie Warder had an incredible game.
Incredible game. Fumble recovery, a sack. His close second was Yain Israel with that huge hit that really brought a lot of life back. But you know what? Like Ryan was saying, you're not going to, or like I was saying, Ryan, you're not going to win them all. You got to put this one behind you. They got to go back, face Oakton, put on their game face, and you know what? Like I said earlier, they don't want to be the favorites. They want to be the underdogs. They don't want people to count them out, or they want people to count them out, because there's no story better than the underdog story. And if you can come back not being the favorites, I'll tell you what, it's just that much sweeter. But there's one thing else. This Westfield team has to be feeling really good. I mean, they've won now 3 straight against top 5 teams in the state. The Westfield Bulldogs are definitely a force to be reckoned with going forward in the season.
Good game here at Westfield. Westfield takes it handsomely, 31-14 for Ryan Good. Color commentators Shaun Salehi and Ryan Keith. I am Jack Federici. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.